Hello and welcome to this edition of Confederate News Network. I'm Anthony Serafino.
And I'm Maria Boucher. Tonight on CNN, the true stories of the ongoing war will be revealed. Glowing wounds, chickens, ironic twists, and much more all after the break. Stay tuned for the details.
This is Jeff John Village, all for Jeff's Backyard Style Moonshine, the finest shine in the CSA. Why go through all the trouble of home brew when you can get your finest shine at your own general store? Comes in 3 flavors: 50 proof child's brew, 150 proof man's cut, and 200 proof liquid fire, made only with the finest ingredients. Now let me show you what I mean by liquid fire. You see what I mean? Jeff's Backyard Style Moonshine. Nothing gets you hammered faster for less.
At the Battle of Spotsylvania Courthouse, Confederate sharpshooters armed with rifles started firing at Union General Sedgwick and his men from about 1,000 yards away. The general became infuriated when his men and officers started to flinch and duck for cover. He was ashamed that they were dodging single bullets and reprimanded them. General Sedgwick asked them what they would do when they opened fire along the whole line, and proceeded to tell them that they couldn't hit an elephant at this distance. The men continued to duck and flinch despite the wrath of the general. He reiterated what he said, again telling them that the Confederate sharpshooters couldn't hit an elephant at this distance. Soon after he stated this, the general fell over with a fatal wound to the head.
In 1862, a farmer gave our General Robert E. Lee a flock of chickens as a gift. All the chickens were eaten for dinner, except one that was smart enough to hide by roosting in a tree above the general's tent. General Lee took a liking to this chicken and named it Nellie. She's been laying eggs under the general's cot ever since. General Lee has been occupied with them damn Yanks, so we got his next closest companion, Tanner Wildfong with the legendary chicken, now awaiting an interview.
How are you doing, Mr. Chicken? Well. No. Hey, you looking like. Thank you for the interview. Keep laying those eggs, and armor marches on the stomach. Next week, we'll be interviewing General Grant's dog. I mean wife. They kind of look similar, so you really couldn't tell the difference. But aside from that, yeah, that's what's going to happen. Yep.
Good evening! Jake Wilson leading the CNN Weather Alert team with a startling weather alert. It seems to be blowing everything around over here. It's raining buckets everywhere. Oh, no, yep, raining buckets. Monday is going to be a great day with high in the mid-80s. But Tuesday is going to be surprisingly cold with a low of -10. But who am I to say, because we have no idea what we're doing around here. We get our weather from a weather stick. By the way, Weather Alert here is brought to you by the Weather Stick. Have you ever been molested by nature's fury? Well, here's a reliable way to predict the weather. In my exclusive backyard, I have the Weather Stick. Oh, I need your help. You need a weather stick? Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, it's a good one. Our exclusive weather sticks. If it's wet, it probably is raining or has rained. If it's cold, it's probably cold out. And if it's on fire, run.
Now for our exclusive military report with Matt. Matt, where are you? Matt, you're on!
Okay, so the Union was using hot air balloons during the Civil War. The balloons, directed by aeronaut Thaddeus Lowe, were used to spot enemy soldiers and coordinate Federal troop movements. During his first battlefield flight, at the First Battle of Bull Run, Lowe landed behind Confederate lines, but he was rescued.
The Union Army Balloon Corps got no respect from military officials, and Lowe resigned when he was assigned to serve at a lower pay grade under the director of the Army Corps of Engineers. In all, the balloonists were active for a little under 2 years.
In contrast, the paddle-powered Alligator submarine saw exactly 0 days of combat, which is why it can't officially be called the USS Alligator. It suffered from some early testing setbacks, but after some speed-boosting tweaks, it was dispatched from Port Royal, South Carolina, with an eye towards aiding in the sack of Charleston. It was said to be towed south by the USS Sumter, but it had to be cut off of North Carolina April 2nd, 1863. When bad weather struck, Divers and historians are still looking for the alligator today.
Here I am at the bottom of the silo. Are you tired of having over and old wounds? Look at that.
Lame loser.
Get out of here. No one likes you. Don't be like that loser over there. You want to get yourself some angel glow. Glow wounds will make everyone admire you. Your limbs will grow back, and you'll live forever.
Look at this.
That's amazing. Angel glow.
Wow, how do you do that?
Today, in the midst of a Confederate army, a scuffle started over a statement made by a man by the name of Charlie Allen. He said, and this is reported to be an actual quote, "I'll kill any Yank I see, uniform or not." Word has it that this man has been detained and will remain detained until the end of the war. We will now go to our reporter Jake, who has secured an interview with this extremely passionate Confederate supporter.
Thank you, Maria. I understand that you made a threat against any and all Yank in the entire hemisphere. Is this true?
Yes, this is true, and I refuse to take back what I said. Those Yanks are the devil on earth, and I refuse to not confront them on that.
Really? Because your commanding officer told me that if you retracted some of your statement, you might be released.
But as you can see, I've changed my mind. Now I love Yankees, and my point of view has really, really changed. It really has.
So at this point, are you a Union sympathizer?
Well, no, not exactly. You see, no.
Thank you for the interview. You'll remain detained until the end of the war so as to not hurt innocent people. Bye now.
Oh, come on!
This has been Anthony Serafino.
And Maria Boucher for the Confederate News Network.
Thank you and good night.